Hi everybody, it's Cyclone. Today we're gonna compare two control-oriented 100 square inch racket. So we're gonna compare the Babolat Pure Strike 100 with the new Wilson Blade 100 V9. Let's go. So those two rackets are really interesting because both racket are 100 square inch, both racket are 16 by 19. There's also a Pure Strike 16 by 20, but for this review it's gonna be the 16 by 19, and both are 300 gram unstrung. So let's see. It's gonna be really a comparison between the feel of those two rackets, because you have the Babolat feel that is a bit more stiff, and you have the new Wilson Blade since the V8 that is a bit more flexible and all that stuff. But Babolat decreased the stiffness of the racket for this new generation, and so let's see how those two are comparing together. But just before we go on the court, let's compare the two cosmetics. Those two rackets went with two cosmetics that are really simple. I think I like a bit more the Blade cosmetic, just like the green a bit more, the English green. So yeah, the cosmetic goes to the Blade, but now let's go on the court and let's see which one is the best. On the court, we start with the new Wilson Blade V900. I felt like it was a lot more stable than the V8, but it's still really comfortable. The launch angle is pretty low on this one, but I would say that it's pretty fun to play with. It's a good mix between control and easy power, so a bit more easier to play compared to the 98, but you don't feel like this racket is too overpowered. On the serve, it's pretty good because the 100 square inch allows you to create a bit more power, and so obviously it helps. And because of the 100 square inch, it helps to put a lot of slice and a lot of kicks for second serve or first serve to just put different thing on the ball. So that's pretty good. Same thing with the Babolat Pure Strike 100. I really enjoyed the power on the serve, but the thing that stands out for me is really the stability and the easiness to play with this one. So you're achieving control, but at the same time this racket is so easy, and that's something that I was searching for a long time. And I feel like the Blade is not coming up to this level. The stiffness, the extra stiffness helps for return of serve compared to the Blade and all that stuff, and it's still pretty comfortable. So with this new generation, the racket is a bit more comfortable, so you're bringing the control, the power, and at the same time it's still pretty comfortable. So for me it's a really good racket, and actually both rackets are doing a great job and are great update. Okay, if you are asking yourself which one you should buy, let's go with that. Okay, so if you want to have a bit more easy power, a bit more stability, you feel like you need a bit more help, go with the Strike. If you want to have control and you're like, I'm gonna buy 100 square inch just to have a bit more forgiveness, but I still want that control and to feel like the racket is kind of tough to play with, go with the Blade. And so in terms of spin, it's pretty similar. I would say that the launch angle is not the same. So the Pure Strike is pretty normal. The Blade 100 is a bit low from the baseline. I would say that I enjoyed personally more the Pure Strike at the net, but that if I'm objective, the Blade was a bit better at the net. So if you're a player that loves to come to the net, wants to have the control of your volley, go with the Blade. And for the serve, it's pretty similar. So both rackets are achieving easy power. And so, yeah. So if you want power, choose a Strike. If you want control and a lot of good volley, go with the Blade. And if you want, I would say, a bit more stability, go with the Strike. I felt like the Strike was still a bit more stable, even though they implemented the stable field technology. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Hey, so I just finished to film the video, and I just realized that I didn't say which one I think is the best for me. I think it's pretty obvious if you have watched my Strike review. So obviously the Strikes win. It's gonna probably be my next racket, if it's not right now my new racket. I don't know when this video is going to be published. Let's go back to the video. If you had to buy one of those two rackets, which one would you buy? Let me know in the comment section below, and see you next time. Bye bye.